What up, YouTube? It's your girl, DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream, you guys. Happy Monday. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here. Listen, shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if the audio is good. If y'all can hear me perfectly fine, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Want to make sure that the audio is good, so put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Also, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. That is super, super important. As you come into the building, hit the like button. Shout out to XYZ, Shamari DeVoe, Puerto Rican Princess. What's going on? Lorenzo Redmond, Letitia Harrison. How are you? Successful MD in the building. Cryptonomics. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Hope all is well. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, hit the like button as you come into the building. What's going on, Nightwing? Thank you so much for being here. Listen, it's a Monday, y'all. So I'm usually not here on Mondays, but I wanted to pop up and share this video with you guys. What's going on, Whitney R? How are you? And shout out to KS. I wanted to share this particular video because for me, this is where I started as far as this content related to red pill and all this kind of stuff. It started with Kevin Samuels. And so I just wanted to bring it back and to just share him again, because, all of these talking points that most people have, at least as far as I can recall, for myself, I would say it stemmed from Kevin Samuels for me. And I know there were people who were talking about this way before Kevin. He even admitted that. But that's kind of where I started relating to the stuff that he was saying, because it sounded familiar. And it was stuff that I had witnessed in my own family. And I just couldn't believe that there was a dude out here actually pointing it out. And so it was just astounding to me. And that's what kind of prompted me to start talking, because I'm like, wait a minute, he's speaking a lot of truth. So that's how it all started. So I like to bring it back. I like to kind of, bring him back into the fold, because that's where it all started, just to give, homage or whatever, to him, because his everything he said, we see it happening. We see it unfolding. He was not lying. I'm just saying. So that's what this was going to be about. Make sure you guys chime in the comments, chat. Also support the channel via Super Chat or Cash App. Definitely that helps to support the channel. All I ask is for at least $5 Super Chat to support the channel, you guys. That would definitely help out. And also hit the like button as well. That also helps the channel out as well. And it is free to hit the like button. So make sure y'all are hitting the like button. All right. So we're going to hop into this. And I have another clip I want to share with y'all as well, because, there's always some foolery going on social media. So I'm going to share that as well. And then we're going to wrap this up. And definitely chime in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one. This is kind of a long one, but that's why I wanted to share it. And I want to get your thoughts. So make sure you chime in. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Thank God.
I'm so sorry.
All right. So you're 44.
Yes, I am 44. And I do agree with a lot of the comments that you've made tonight.
But.
So I will say that I have been slightly opinionated in.
You married?
I'm sorry?
Are you married?
No, I'm not married. That's part of the reason why I'm on the show right now.
All right. You have any children?
No kids. Mm-mm.
You got a PhD?
I'm a PhD.
No PhD. I work in government, in politics.
Dog or a cat?
Neither.
Gerbil, fish, what?
Nieces and nephews?
Okay, those don't count as yours, but go ahead. You don't have any kids?
No kids. But I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. I will say that. And my work has prevented me from dating the way that I really probably should have up to this point. Being in politics, being in government is 24/7. And at this stage of my life, I am realizing that it's time for me to invest in my personal relationships.
What does that mean?
And just trying to figure out how to find that quality man.
What does that mean?
It's interesting, you know, and I talk about this in several other videos, how women, they want a quality man when they're ready. They don't see that as a priority when they're younger. You know, we're always talking about the best times. Even doctors recommend the best time for women to have children is in their 20s. That's your best time. That's your most fertile, most, you know, safest. The usually the time when you're the most fertile, for sure. In your 20s, they even recommend in your 20s is the best time for you to look. Listen, if you want 1, 2, 3 kids, pop them out. You know, I would even recommend that, because if you want more than one, I would always recommend, you know, have them back to back, in my opinion, because you get them out the way. You know, they grow up together, and you can go on and do other things. Don't, you know, wait so far, and then your body is, you know, ready and in that position to do that. It's always better, in my opinion, if you can, to start your family when you're younger, because you're the most fertile, you're most healthiest for the most part. And, you know, it's just the best time. Even doctors recommend it. So why wouldn't that be the time to focus on, you know, and prioritize a husband and a family younger? Because that's the best time to do it, versus waiting to your mid 30s, 40s, when things start to kind of, you know, go downhill. You know, not saying that you could have children at that age, but it's a more risk or more chance of complications is all I'm saying. And the doctors, even after 35, you considered high risk pregnancy. So, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying that. But they always want these great and good men when they get older. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
Personal relationships. What does that mean? Abigail, if you're not gonna get on the camera, you can't be here. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce you because you covered your camera. Go ahead. What's that quality man mean?
I've dated high value men in the past that have been slightly oppressive. And for me, at this stage of my life, I really am looking for a man with high character, a man who deeply respects Black women and the experiences.
Why does he have to respect you?
Because I've been through a lot in my life.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit you've been through in your life? That's your problem.
That's true.
Have you been to counseling?
I have.
Yeah, and I think when he used to say that, it's because they don't really give a shit what if men went through something. Whatever men went through, it's like, oh, toughen it up. It's life. You know, if whatever you went through, you know, oh well, you know, you're a grown man, handle it. So why should it matter what you went through? When everybody go through stuff. Everybody go through stuff. So what makes what you went through any different? Why should he, you know what I'm saying? Why does that matter? When it don't matter when it's a man. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
And are you still in counseling?
No. Mm-mm.
So then you should have a clean bill of mental health.
I feel like I do.
So I'm going to challenge, why should anybody have to respect you based upon all the stuff you've been through in your life if it's not an issue anymore?
Right.
Because I do think that my experiences, they still mean something to how I operate.
Yeah, they mean you're going to die alone.
Really? Mr. Samuels?
Yeah, because when you ladies come in talking this silliness, with this entitled that people need to respect you, you earn a man's respect. If I asked the men you were with how they experienced you and what kind of girlfriend you were, they tell me what?
So I'm the eldest of 3, and
that has nothing to do with the question I just asked. You ain't dating your siblings.
Right. I'm a little bossy and can be a little feisty.
So in other words, you're disrespectful in relationships.
No, I'm not. Now I'm not. But
now you're not, but you're alone.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is very true.
So the woman who wants respect is disrespectful.
But listen, see, but that points to what I say too, how women project their issues onto men. They want from a man what they don't possess themselves. They want emotionally intelligent men. They want men who come to the table whole. They want men who have all their ducks in a row. Why? Because they don't have theirs in a row. They're lacking the things that they're expecting from men. And I think that that is a horrible way to look for companionship and build. And that's something you shouldn't think that way if you're trying to build relationships. You're looking for everything that you're lacking in a man. You want him to come to the table whole, emotional intelligence, have his stuff together. He got his head on straight. He has no flaws. He can handle things because you want him to come in and handle you. I said it in a video. You want him to come in and be able to handle all of the stuff that you don't have. Now you got to ask yourself, why would an emotionally intelligent, sound man with values and a man who's worked hard to build himself up mentally, financially, emotionally, psychologically, however you want to think about it, why would he put himself in a position to have to deal with a toxic woman who has not worked on herself whatsoever in the name of entitlements? Because you are a woman and you got a vagina, you don't have to do any of those things, but you can just claim, you're good, and he has to come with all of this, and then you want him to deal with you. This is what they say. Oh, black men, you should be able to deal with me. No, why does a person who's worked hard to build themselves up put themselves in a position to almost trigger old habits, old things that they've worked on to move forward, to get past? Why would they put themselves in a situation with a toxic woman that they got to deal with and fight with to try to get her on his page? Wouldn't you think that he would be settling, and that would trigger him to go backwards? That would not help him progress in his efforts, but it would regress him. Why would any sound person do that? Why would you want to work so hard to build yourself just to go back with a woman that you got to try to go through all type of toxicity to try to get her to be on your level? That's too much work, and you've already worked on yourself when she hasn't worked on herself. But in the name of entitlements, and just because she's a black woman at that, you're supposed to put yourself in harm's way. You're supposed to neglect your progress and your work for somebody who just expect you to come in and have to who just expect everything from you. That is not conducive to healthy relationships, and that's not helping you when you've worked hard on yourself and she hasn't done anything. No, I don't think anybody should do that. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, with the extensive research required to obtain these degrees, surely such women are aware of what balance is. They just let time go while chasing titles. Very good point, Successful MD. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that's why I say a lot of these degrees don't mean much. It really don't. It's just an entitlement. It's something that they can brag about to say that they have and that they've accomplished. But outside of that, they're clueless to a lot of other things, not just relationships, to a lot of other things. Those degrees don't really mean much, but it's just a way to grandstand to say, oh, I'm educated, but you're not really educated in much at all. Thank you once again, Successful MD. East Coast Kev, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, after she done slept with 5 felony Freddie, now she wants a high value man? Blasphemy. Exactly. Not 5 felony Freddie. Yeah, but it's true. It is true. You've dealt with the worst of the worst because you didn't think highly of yourself. You knew you couldn't measure up to the type of man that you now say you want. So that's why you dealt with those dudes. Once again, you attract what you are. So you keep attracting the type of guy that's on your level. But all of a sudden, you know your worth after you've dealt with the 5 felony Freddie and others. Now you think, oh, I'm tired of messing with him because nothing came of it. He didn't take me seriously. So now I'm going to up the ante. So now I need a man who has all of these things, and you don't even qualify for that man. So it's just interesting how women level up and how they think that they're not settling, when a lot of times the men are the ones that would be settling for them. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
That's why I just call it straight down the middle as I see it.
I own that. I'll own that. Yes, I can definitely own that. And I think that's part of the reason why now I've realized how important it is for me to You said agreeable, and I appreciate the term agreeable, but I think for me and my mentality, it's more so about being a team.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Your way don't work.
Right.
No, it has not worked. That's true.
So why don't we just stop talking like at 44 you know how to do this?
Right. Right.
How about that? Because
if she did, she wouldn't be on the show trying to figure it out. 44, you haven't figured it out. At that point, you should have been married with 3 kids, a house, and y'all should be all the way in, fully into a whole marriage. Like it's not working, and they're still trying to push this narrative as if it does somehow works, and we see that it doesn't. There's so many examples of it not working, but they're still trying to push and force something that we clearly see isn't working because they don't want to do what's necessary for it to work. That's just the bottom line. Successful Emily say, I'd rather be Pookie than Bob the Builder. #failed. Child. Thank you, Successful MD. Indeed. You'd rather be Pookie than Bob the Builder, child. Baby, listen. But once again, they don't think, women are the ones who say they don't want to build a boo and all this kind of stuff. Because y'all done been ran through. You done messed with all the Pookies and now you're on the flip side of that. Now you want a man at the finish line and you haven't even worked on yourself enough to understand what that man will want. It's so, y'all, let me tell you something. They be like asking me, girl, you must get tired. Like sometimes it's redundant. Like sometimes I feel like I am saying the same thing over and over and over, which it is. It's just like, will somebody get it? That's all I'm hoping for. Maybe somebody will get it and make a difference and make a change. Make that change. I gotta make a change today. Like, come on. Like, because it's just, it really doesn't make any sense, y'all. It really doesn't. Thank you, Successful MD. Let's continue.
You may be competent at work, but you said it. Everything you've done is not working, and all the notions. Do the opposite. How about that? Instead of piecemealing and parsing agreeable, why don't you try to be agreeable? Why don't you do what the 55-year-old lady did, who called on my show the other night and said, normally I wouldn't listen to what you had to say, but I tried what you said, and she got a date out of it. I'm just saying, because I'm being matter of fact, because what you do, you have 4 decades of experience to show it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got one hard, sobering question for you. Mm-hmm. How much more time do you think you got? On the dating scene.
Not a lot. And I live in Northern California, and my options have not been that great. And so it's been really tough to actually find.
What do you mean your options have not been that great? I see you in Zoom. What do you mean haven't been that great?
So the men that I'm meeting through, now because of the pandemic, online, they're just not the quality.
Hear my womanly roar.
I mean, the men you're meeting online are a reflection of what?
Effects were funny.
We just don't have the same value system. We don't have the same visions for.
So you work in government, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do decent for yourself?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why don't you reach into that wallet or that purse?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have seeing as though you don't have you don't have any kids, you don't have any dogs or cats or anything like that. Why don't you reach down there? They don't require much. Why don't you reach in your purse and go hire a matchmaker?
So a friend of mine did connect me to a matchmaker, but she was just starting out. So she said in the pandemic.
So in other words, you took the cheapest option possible.
Yes, that's true.
So you want a high quality man, but you want to be the cheapest. People, this is they set them up and I'm home down because this is modern women. This is entitled.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the stuff I was talking about the other night. Modern women are dudes: delusional, ungrateful, denial, entitled, and selfish. You want to
I
go
don't
to a
know that.
free freaking app and expect to find Prince Charming. At 40 some odd years old, you want to go find somebody who just put their shingle out to get to find this high value, high quality man, but you don't want to put but 50 cents into it. And I'm
That's a
asking you how
good
much,
point. You're right.
but how much
Yeah,
longer do you
you're right.
think you have? Because you're gonna be 50, just like that.
That's true. That's part of the reason why I'm on the show right now, because I realize the talk is clicking and the clock is ticking loud.
Well, my question is, why do you think so little of men?
I don't think so little of them because I have some extraordinary male friends, but when it comes to
Do you have
personal
sex with them?
relationships, no. Well, no, I do not.
Okay. When was the last time you had a romantic relationship?
It's been about 6 years.
Oh,
Since you've had sex?
No, not since I've had sex.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to say in a nice way.
right. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's the mistake.
A committed relationship, 6 years, sex since about December of 2020.
At your age, you should be teaching young women how to do this stuff.
Oh my God, he's absolutely right. That's what I be saying. Like, come on, you can't. It's like she's at the time she was 44. I think he said she was 44. So apparently this is what, this 2020. So this lady probably now is about 50. And I wish there could have been updates on these people because they're not learning anything. They're not learning anything to teach the younger generation of women. So the younger women are coming up with this false delusional mindset as well. Like, they're not learning anything, and they all just gonna be delusional and lost together. That's what we're seeing. Oh, you got to pay my bills and do all this bullshit that shouldn't be requirements for a man at all. But they're not learning. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes. If you're doing something and you're not yielding the right outcomes, you're supposed to change the behavior. But a lot of them are not. They keep going with this idea of them being right, and it's not working. And then they're just stuck there. And anything that you tell them of what they should be doing, they don't want to do it because it doesn't fit their narrative. Success Remedy says they don't want quality men. They want men with money. Ooh, I say that all the time in a nutshell. Oh my God, that is true. You don't want quality, because a quality man is the lame, it's the boring one. It's the ones that they don't believe that they are attracted to, you see. And the thing about it is the men that they are attracted to are still not the type of men that they say they really want. So you're physically attracted to a certain look aesthetically, and that's just for sex. And then you get just that, and that's it. And you get what comes with just sex. That's a baby out of wedlock to a dude who don't want to be with you or want the child. So now that's what you get out of going after somebody that you are aesthetically attracted to. You get what comes with that, and that's that. Then you're complaining after the fact that, oh, he didn't want to be a father. You already knew that. So now you're complaining, well, the good men. Now you want to revert to a man that you say you want with all these qualities that you never wanted in the first place. But now you want him, and you think that you think that he's going to want you. You think he's going to want you. You never wanted him in the beginning to begin with because you didn't find him attractive. And what you thought you wanted was still not a match. Now you just end up a single mother two or three times over, still thinking that you're the prize, still thinking that some man should be running behind you for what? You and your 3 kids, running behind you to take care of you and your 3 kids. That's what they're asking for. Now, what man who has his head on straight is looking to run behind a woman to take care of her and her 3 goddamn kids? Huh? Who's running to do that? Who's running to spend all their money on a ran-through chick with 3 kids? Huh? Why would that be a prize? So I don't think they look at it like that. But when you really look at it and look at it for what it really is, That's what that is. You're asking men to run and chase you to be with you, a single mother with high expectations. What ninja in his right mind gonna say, yeah, bro, I met this chick. She got 3 baby daddies. Oh, yeah, she 40. Yeah, she got a little shape, you know. She on the thick side, but she got, you know, she all right. She got 3 kids. She got the kids, you know. And yeah, you know, she want me. I make 6 figures, so I can handle it, you know. I ain't got no kids, but so I'm gonna go in now and I don't need none, but I'll go ahead and take care of her. She want me to pay all the bills. She want a provider, you heard me? She want a protector and a provider, you know. And I'm all that, nigga, because I'm a protector and I'm a provider. Yeah, now I got what she need, you know. I got little shorty. I'm gonna go over there. Yeah, and I'm gonna make it do what it do because I'm that nigga, you know. Who do you sound stupid? You would sound stupid. You really would sound stupid. Like that is a prize to go over there. That sounds like you're desperate. Oh, I'm gonna get some kind of coochie, even though it's been ran through. You know, it's all good. It's all coochie the same, which is not true. But anyway, the justifications. Oh well, you know, hell, it's better than what I'm getting now. Is it really? Is it really? And then she gonna be combative. She gonna disrespect you, talk to you stupid. Got you paying, taking care of her 3 kids, paying all her bills. Then she want trip money and all this. You got to be out your goddamn mind if that's what you go settle for. But that some dude might think it's a prize and think it's, you know, it's something he should be doing just to have some kind of coochie, because some is better than nothing. Because to me, that's the only reason that you would be jumping around to go do that, because you just can't get no coochie nowhere. And at least, you know, you could get something, you know. But look how much it's gonna cost you. Now, is it really worth it? And for her to throw you a little ran through coochie here and there, like that's it. And you gonna be happy with that? You gotta be desperate. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be desperate to be okay with that. That's all I'm saying. East Coast Cav, thank you once again for the support. Says, as the saying goes, women want the power of a man, the privilege of a woman, and the accountability of a child. Exactly. I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. That's just what it is. And they hate that, but it's the truth. Like, they hate the truth in general. So, but it's the truth. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You know, and so, yeah, most entitled. You want everything, but you don't want to offer nothing. And best believe, a lot of times when the men who choose to do that, these women don't want them for them. They want you to do exactly what you're doing. Take care of them, pay their goddamn bills, take care of their 3 kids, because the 3 daddies ain't doing nothing for them children. And he don't care, and you going to have to do it, and you the step dummy, and she getting everything she want out of you, and that's it. And trust me, believe, most of these women don't want these men for real. They just want your resources. And you would be a dummy to just fall right into that damn trap. But hey, to each his own. Successful MD says, legend has it, $40 or a seafood plate is easier. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Successful MD. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Successful MD, once again for the support. Mr. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. Says, Jared from Jared. Is it Jared or Gerard? Jared from Subway is all they can get. Child, yes, Lord. What is that? What, a $5 foot long? Thank you, Mr. Marcus, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue, y'all.
So when I ask you why do you think so little of men, the way you're talking is though you just treat men like a convenience store.
Yeah.
This is why I say, gentlemen, cut women like this out of your life. Stop being their friends. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm saying if men were to stop giving you their non-sexual attention, meaning you can't call me to talk to me. You can't get me to come change your tire. The only way you can talk to me is if we're having sex. You ladies would figure out how to get along with a man. But because you can cobble together friendships with men, I mean, it's like I'll go get sex from this guy, and I'll get conversation from this guy, I'll get debate from this guy, and I'll get this from this guy. And
That's actually true.
And you're not learning anything about you. Hold on, let me get to this person in chat. Normela, hold on just a second. How are you? Hi. Good. How old are you? All right. So what do you got for me?
Oh, we can't hear her. East Coast Cab, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, fellas, with the economy the way it is, get ready for those hey big head text messages. 100. Some men already say they get them. So yeah. Hey big head, yeah, they need some help. They need a bill. They need some food. They need something. You're absolutely right. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Daryl, George, thank you so much for the super chat. Says no money, no relationship, but the sex is free. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. You know, it's crazy. Once again, it's an entitlement. I say it all the time. It's an entitlement that a lot of women have, and I think they need to stop it because it's not helping. You know, especially if you really want a better outcome. I think men would work with women, and I'm not saying all, because there are a lot of men who are just checked out with black women and saying hell to them all. But I think more than I think men would be willing to work with a woman who's looking to work with a man, to work with him. A cooperative woman who is not aggressive and combative. I don't think nobody who wants to deal with an aggressive, combative person. Who wants to deal with somebody who always have issues? Like nobody really. We're too old. Like nobody wants to get older and be at peace to turn around and just forego their peace and just be like, yeah, let's deal with this toxic nature because she got a fat booty. Like, come on. Like, I think men are realizing more and more what's important, and I think women are still stuck because they're in between. I don't really need you, but they do need you, but they don't want to tell you they need you because they're independent and they don't want to really be honest about this independent mindset and how it's not really working. Their pride won't let them say, you know what, I'm struggling. You have a few women who will come out and say, I'm struggling. This is hard. This is not what I wanted. But the majority of them will die on that hill like, oh my God, I don't really need these ninjas, this and that. But on the low, you crying and begging and wishing you really had a man to come in and help you. But you want him to help you. You don't really want. It's a weird dynamic. This is why I say a lot of women are confusing. As a woman, I know women are confusing. And you don't have to be, but they're choosing to be because they're entitled. They think somebody owe them something, and nobody owes you a goddamn thing. That's the problem. Mr. Marcus says, them dudes is there for her kids, not her. Jared from Subway, who the F want to be around three strange kids? Exactly. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of women, they're slowly getting it because they're listening, but they don't want to accept it. That's the thing. They don't want to accept it. And I think it's a lost cause in a sense. It's like you see so much foolishness out here with these women, and the entitlements are just mind-boggling to me. It really is. It's just like, damn, how did y'all get so far gone? How did y'all get so bad? Thank you, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button now. Hit the like button. We got like 76 people watching and 47 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button. All of y'all who have not hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button right now. Hit the like button, y'all. But, you know, it's just mind-boggling how confused and delusional a lot of these women are. It's just insanity. It really is. I know, no lies. It's just insane. Let's continue. Hit the like button, y'all. We can't hear her.
What's not too much to ask for? Was your mother married? Was your mother married? Okay. So to the sister who's in the Bay Area. I'm talking to the sister that's in the Bay Area. What's your name? Christina.
Christina.
Mm-hmm. You guys are separated by roughly 20 years. Did you hear what she said?
No, I did not hear it.
All right. Okay. So you guys can't hear the same audio. Basically, I'm listening to a younger woman. Let me see if we can get you on the same audio. Oh, okay. Nobody can probably hear her. Say what you said again, Namir. Say what you said again. How do I pronounce your first name?
Nirmala.
There you go, Nirmala. You
Yeah.
said that you don't think it's too much that women are asked to not be excessively opinionated,
No,
to not basically be 007s.
no, that seems pretty standard, pretty simple to do. It's
Christina,
just
can you hear her now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So my question is, this young lady's 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're seeing different or hearing different than a woman your age? Is because I got two women, and you're coming at this from different places. Where do you think the disconnect?
I mean, I'll say for myself, after years of experience, there's a time and a place for my opinions. And is it worth it to really always go in and fight for a stance that might be just a moment in time? Now,
Nirmala,
if there's
Nirmala, where do you think would be a time and place for an opinion if you had it? Where do you think that would be?
if like my partner asks it of me, I don't know.
Jesus Christ. Out of the mouths of babes. Out of the mouths of babes. When we ask you, then we want to know. If we don't ask, we don't want to know. So, this was very helpful. Thank you, young lady. Do you want to get married? Nirmala?
Yes,
You
I
want
do.
children?
Yes, I
Sounds
do.
like you're on the right track.
Hopefully, I'm with somebody. I just hope he's the right person.
Well, you need to have that conversation. We don't hope. If you know you want to be a wife and you did not go into this thing with the understanding that you only date men who are marriage minded, have the
Oh
conversation.
no, he wants to get married for sure.
Does he want
He's
to marry
just-
you though?
Oh yes.
Okay.
He
How long have you guys been together?
it's gonna be 2 years in September.
And how old is he?
He's 34.
Then, all right. Now I'm going to reel you back.
Yeah.
You're 11 years his junior. There's no
Yeah.
way he should be with you for 2 years and then I put a ring on your finger and walked you down the aisle.
Yeah, this is the thing. He's not financially able to. Like he's
You mean he can't afford $65 filing fee?
$65? Oh wait, no, okay. Well, yeah, he can. Okay.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He can legally marry you. 65 for less than $100.
Okay.
But are you saying that he cannot afford a wife?
He cannot afford a wife. No.
Then
He has a lot of debt.
Then I got to ask you, why are you dating a man for 2 years who cannot afford a wife?
I don't know.
Well,
My feelings are in it, and I just.
Christina, you want to help her out? What do you think?
I'm really bad with cliches, but the commitment piece of it is where he's not necessarily trying to how do you say
So this is why
this
is why I talk to women, because I'm asking women to talk to one another and y'all dance around the issue. The man can't afford a wife, so he shouldn't be dealing with a woman who wants to be a wife at her age.
But I love you.
I don't care about your love. Love comes after respect, duty, and honor. I don't.
But we also, if we really believe what she's saying, is it that he can't afford her, or maybe what is it that her expectations of what type of wedding she wants? You know what I mean? Because a lot of women talk, but they leave stuff out. What if she wants an elaborate wedding? She wants something fancy, and he's not maybe he's, either he's trying to, get the money for that. Maybe he can afford her. He just can't. Maybe he can't afford the type of wedding that she's looking for. See, me, I don't believe in these big fancy weddings. That's the thing. And a lot of women, when they want to get married, they want this elaborate stuff to show and tell for the people around you. I don't believe in that. I never have. I don't believe in this that it has to be this. Listen, if you got a man who's okay with that and he got the finances, he want to marry you, he want to do it, great. But I don't. That's not something that I think is important. I don't think these fancy, all expensive weddings are necessary. So if we believe what she's saying, we could believe it or not believe. Maybe he can't afford the type of wedding that she wants. Maybe he would go to the justice of the peace and marry her, and they can afford a life together and build one together. But maybe he doesn't. Can't afford the superficial wedding that she may want. Because if a man wants to marry you, he gonna marry you. He'll go down to the justice of the peace and get married you. He wants to do it. He gonna do it. And if you with a man that you claim wants to marry you and you want to marry him, it shouldn't matter how you get married. Just go get married. That way, that's your husband. You're his wife. So a lot of times women they leave out certain things. That's all I'm saying. Mauricio 91, thank you so much for the super chat. Says KS was the father we all needed, but was pushed out of the house by Big Mama. Thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for the support. But yeah, I think a lot of women leave that out. They want this super big, fancy, all this. And a lot of times men either can't afford that or don't want to spend all that money on a wedding. Like, you would rather put money on down payment on a house or continue to build and establish yourself financially, and then wasting all that money on something just for show. It's just for show. You could go down to the justice of the peace and have a little gathering with family and friends and not spend a whole lot of money at all. And you're married. So yeah, let's continue.
Care, love, what does love got to do with it? Love will have you broke eating cat food. You're dating a man who cannot afford to make you a wife. Sorry that you allowed your feelings to get into it. But I'm looking at it this way. You're wasting time and space for a man who would more likely be able to provide the things that you want, because if at 34, he can't provide because he's got a lot of debt. In hindsight, let's ask the hard question. In hindsight, if you knew then what you knew now, would you get into a relationship with him? Or then freaking leave out the front door?
I rebuke.
Leave. Or stay. But if you stay, here's what you can't do. You can't look up 3 years from now and you are going into
danger zone.
You can't look up 3 years from now and talk about you wasted 5 years of my youth and all men. Okay. So if you say what I'm saying,
it's my fault I'm here.
I'm just saying, going forward, he can't do it. So if you
but what if that changes soon? That's where the hope is. Like, I'm just
see, this is the problem. Hope.
We have a plan.
Hope. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, we don't have a plan. He's supposed to have a plan.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Hope. This is Disney. There's no way a man that is 11 years older than you should even be taking you out on a date unless he was going to be ready to provide for you.
That's true. Yes.
Did your father meet this man?
No, my father died in 2020.
If your father was alive, would he have approved you dating this man?
No.
Oh.
What else do we need to say, ma'am?
I know what I need to do, but it's hard to do it.
Welcome to being an adult.
This is my first boyfriend.
Welcome to that's the problem. He's a boyfriend, and but he's 34 years old. He's supposed to be a man, and that's the problem. I'm not judging him for not. I'm just saying he's not ready, and I'm not dogging him or anything else. But I'm saying you have a finite time frame, 18 to 30. Or 18 to 27 is your window. You have a biological window. Mm-hmm. And you're spending time with a man who cannot provide for what you're talking about. Let's get some
Yeah.
parameters. Is he in school?
He's in an apprenticeship program right now
For what?
for
For
construction.
what? For what?
Like a backhoe, like a big machine, those big machines in construction, and that finishes in June 25. And then he has also planned to go back to school in September.
Hold on. So he's getting a trade?
Yes.
Did this man go to college?
He went to college, but he didn't finish. So he plans to go
What
back
does
in
his
September.
resume look? What does his resume look like for the last 10 years?
Oh, so he came into this country. I live in Canada. He
Uh-huh.
came into this country 10 years ago.
Okay.
So since then, school, and manual labor stuff and construction.
All right. So no disrespect, he's unskilled labor.
Sorry, I didn't quite
So
catch.
no disrespect, he's unskilled labor. Unskilled labor. Competence gets compensated. He doesn't have a profession.
But he's working towards getting that soon.
Okay. I've said it. What I've said again.
Okay, yeah. Never
Okay,
mind.
keep going
I
on
sound
this path.
stupid, I know. It's just when
Not
feelings
stupid.
are involved.
It's not stupid, but it's not the point you're being a child.
Yeah.
You're 23 years old, and I'm not going to treat you like a child. You have sex with this man, yes?
Yes.
So you're running the risk of getting pregnant. And then once a baby gets into the picture, then you're screwed. I'm going to talk to you like you know that you need him. At your age, my grandmother was married and had her first kid. Stop acting like a little girl.
Okay.
This man, you may love him, but you already said it. If you knew then what you knew now, you wouldn't have got involved with him. You ladies need to learn how to walk away from dead-end situations because you'll be the same woman in 10 years saying men are trash.
No.
Okay.
Never.
I don't know. This one here is tricky because I don't know if she's leaving something out. On one hand, he doesn't sound like a bum. I mean, am I tripping or what? I don't know. He seemed like he's doing something. He seems like he may be productive. So I don't know. This one is a little tricky. But what I'm saying is he hasn't committed to her. And they've been together, what she say, over 2 years, almost 3 years or whatever. I think that's probably the red flag. Like maybe he doesn't really want to marry her. Maybe he's with her, but he doesn't really want to marry her. But whether he's super unproductive or not, I can't tell. It doesn't. She said he has a trade. He's doing something. So maybe he just doesn't want to marry her. I don't know. Daryl, thank you for the super chat. Says, why buy the cow when the milk is free? Exactly. He's getting everything that he wants. Why would he come? He probably doesn't want to marry her for real. Because if he did, he would have done it already. Or she would have a ring. Like she doesn't have a ring. He hasn't proposed, nothing. He probably just doesn't want to. Thank you, Daryl. Yeah, I feel like she leaving something out, XYZ. I feel like she's not telling the whole story, honestly. And you can only go off of what a person is saying. I feel like she's leaving something out. I don't think he wants to marry her. You know? I don't. I don't think he wants to marry her. I think she's hoping and holding out for that. But I don't think it's all about his finances and his career. He seems like he has something going for himself. He just probably don't want to marry her. That's it. She's a younger woman. He's with her. He's sleeping with her. He's getting everything that he wants from her. And he don't want that commitment part. That's what I think. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Let's continue. He is married, or he could be already married, child. This is what I'm saying. And she thinking he gonna leave his wife. You'll be surprised the stuff that these ladies leave out. You're right. That man could be married already, and she waiting for him to leave the wife to be with her. Could be. Hit the like button, y'all. We got 101 people watching. We got 69 likes. Come on, the rest of y'all get the likes up now. Come on, what y'all doing? Come on, all y'all twiddling y'all thumbs. Hit the like button. It's free to hit the like button, y'all. Let's continue. I don't know about this one, y'all. Let's continue.
Well, this is how it starts.
Okay.
Yeah, you got that.
All
right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, see, young woman doesn't have anybody to tell her to just be direct with her. See, you should be able to give her advice. In my opinion, women your age should be able to give her the advice, so I don't have to say these things. But
No, I agree with you.
But what I'm getting from you, and here's the sad part: many women your age are competing with her.
Yep, that's true.
She's your competition. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but I like a more sophisticated older man. I don't typically date younger men at all. They
How much older are we talking about?
They either have to be my age or I'll go up to 10 years above my age.
I'm 52 years old, and I typically don't date women over 30.
Damn.
So I'm saying most men, especially if they have something on the ball, they're skipping your generation and going down to
true.
women.
That is true.
Some quote unquote, one of my friends calls it magic, but it's possibility because, and the thing is, I've talked about an executive wife. That's what women your age can tend to fall in. But you still got too much of this independent, strong, independent, you know.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
I mean, and that's fine. But I mean, and you know, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4.5".
Dress size?
10.
All right. See, guys in the chat room are like, oh, she's attractive. Okay, so you still have your looks going for you. But I mean, that's at 50, the reality at 50, you got to know at 50, it becomes an ugly situation.
But does that mean it's just impossible for me? Like, can I not get married at this stage in my life?
No, what it means is, and I'm just going to be directly honest, when most men see women who are 50, they've already gone through the change, right? So that means she can't get pregnant, right?
Right, but most men at that age either have had kids or
you're not listening. Men are looking at consequenceless sex. No condom needed. Just go in there and shoot up the club. Cacao!
Oh my God.
No freezing eggs. Them jokers is dead. And then younger men are like, okay. And then, and sadly, a lot of women your age tend to start doing, you know, trying to get a Stella on. And then you date a younger guy, and there is no life in that.
Right.
So
yeah, being a cougar, you just a cougar. You know, the younger men don't. You know, it's just a good time. You just having a good time with him or whatever. He just happy he could, you know, sleep with a cougar or whatever, break off a cougar. But he don't. He know he can't have no kids with her. He don't want to marry her. She's too old. Like she's just to play around with it, have fun. That's the part. This is why when you see a lot of these women who are older out here dating, they always say the older men don't want them. We've watched, what's her name? We watched several of these older celebrity women talk about the younger guys, because you are a cougar to them. They want to see what it's like. That's all. They're not taking you seriously. They just playing. They having a good time with you, and that's it. There's no future in it. That's it. So if you're looking to think a man gonna marry you at that age, it's not really likely. You know what I mean? Jontel, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I disagree with Kevin on this assessment of labor skills. I was a casual longshoreman part-time for 10 years, and now I'm full-time and close enough to 200K to toss a paper airplane he missed. You know, and listen, I know, thank you, Jontel, for that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And that's what I was saying. It didn't sound like the man was unproductive. It sounds like he is in a position to get work and be productive from what I was hearing. I just think what she is expecting it sounded like to me, and I could be wrong, but it sounded like he's working on himself. Like he's working, he's focused on working and trying to build his coins up. So he don't want to turn around and take the money and spend on this extravagant wedding, because I think maybe for what it is she's looking for, maybe that's the hold up, or he's just not interested in marrying her. That's what I gathered. Thank you once again, Jontel. I appreciate you for the support. XYZ, thank you for the support. Says, like DeeDee said, the men you want gotta want you. Exactly. Right. Because if they don't want you, baby, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You can want who you want, or you can want Idris Elba. If he don't want you, baby, you ain't gonna get him. And if he and just because he DM you and say, "Hey, come hang out with me one time and smash," that's all he wants. He don't want you. Does he just want to, a quick release? I'm just saying. Thank you, XYZ. So yeah. And I think women need to pay attention to that. But women are so focused on believing that they have the control and they got the power where they really don't. That, oh, when I'm ready I'm going to just go get the man of my dreams and he's going to be everything that I want. And they it's like, what are y'all stuck on, stupid? I don't know. I hate to sound like that, but it makes me go there because like y'all are delusional and throw it off at the same time. It does not work like that. You just don't pick a man and get the man of your so-called dreams, which doesn't exist, a fairy tale fantasy man that you want, and even still, he could be your fantasy fairy tale man. You just don't go pick him out of an assembly line and take him home with you. No, he got to want you. And if you overweight, 40, 45 years old, looking like a troll, aggressive, masculine, independent, and all this, he ain't gonna want you. He gonna keep it moving. He'd rather go back to the assembly line and say, not her. You know what I'm saying? If he was on the assembly line, not her. Y'all are overweight, all kind of stuff going on with you. And you think that just because you are educated and you're seasoned, they think seasoned is good. This man don't want no old seasoned ass woman. They don't want a seasoned woman. And they think seasoned is good. You think because you seasoned and old and extra that he gonna be like, oh, I want her. Oh, yeah, she's so wise. Oh, she's so independent. These boss chicks. Oh, yeah, they turn me on. No, these men are not turned on by extra seasoned, old, aggressive, independent women. These men don't want that. If I was a man, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want, even at my age, I wouldn't want no old seasoned, goddamn aggressive, independent woman. I wouldn't want that either. Because I know these women are hellions. I know they're aggressive and angry and bitter and can give you hell and controlling and manipulative. All the things they don't want from you is what they are. So when you hear a woman talk about, I don't want no controlling man, he needs to be emotionally intelligent, he got to have this, he can't be a narcissist, that's everything she is. It's a telltale sign to let you know what these women are about. Because women, listen, in my opinion, women who are somewhat on the decent side or decent and don't think like that, they're not going out here asking and saying all this shit. They're not out here saying, I need a man that's not a narcissist. No, they go get to know the dude. And you see what he's about. You don't have to make all these grand statements about what you don't want and all this kind of stuff. No, you go meet a person and you get to know them. You're not asking for rent and payments and all this on the day one. You're not talking like that. This is how you know the way they talk, they expose themselves. Ain't no decent woman out here talking about, I don't want a narcissist. No, she go out, she meet somebody, you have a conversation, y'all talk, you get to know them by listening to them. They listen to you. Y'all figure out what y'all goals are, where y'all at, if y'all compatible. And if you are compatible, you take it from there. You go out on another date. You get to know the person. So once again, keep that in mind. When you hear a woman so openly, boastful about what she don't want, it's because she is the red flag, baby. She is the one that has all of them characteristics she's asking for in that man. All the things she don't want and she looking for somebody, to not have, is because she is full of it. She's the narcissist. She's the aggressor. She's entitled. She's all the things y'all don't want. Just saying. Yeah, run hard, run fast too. Let's continue.
That's true. That is true.
So it becomes, a lot of sex, but at our age, I mean, it's gonna be, it comes down to a practical choice. Hold on, I'm gonna get to this next person. I'm gonna get to you. Hey, come on back. See, okay. I've said this. I can foresee people in our age range. Give me 2 minutes, ecstasy. I can foresee people in our age range getting married and living separate. You 15 minutes away. You got your house. I got my house. We spend Monday, Wednesday nights together, and the weekends. Then I'm gonna go back home on Tuesday. I got Thursday at home by myself. We can choose to switch the days up. And don't even have to be on the other side of town. There's a secondary house and there's this house. There's the pool house over here. Because the reality is, we spent most of our lives away from one another.
But then that's what and of course I don't agree with that. But you hear women saying that they want to get married. That we watched that lady on Kendra G talking about, oh, she want to get married, but she want to live in separate houses. Like, what's the really that confused lady? She didn't know what she wanted. But what's the point of getting married if y'all gonna live separately? In my opinion, what's the point? Like living totally different houses. I don't think you should do it. I don't think you need to be with somebody if y'all got to live separately, totally different houses. Nah, I think that's dumb. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says the men they want to make six figures are frugal and care about building wealth, not spending it on foolishness. So women got their rich men logic wrong. 100% Divine Photos. 100%. That's the thing. That's why they talking about they don't want a stingy man. So you might meet a man who makes good money, but he's smart. He's trying to keep his money and grow his money for his future, not just spending on Chanel bags and bullshit and things that really don't matter. It doesn't appreciate. It doesn't bring value to you. It just suck it all away. Like, I don't know. These women, I tell you, they're delusional on so many levels, Divine Photos. They're so goddamn delusional till it's ridiculous. These women, this is why I say these aren't the picks. These are the leftovers. These are not the prime rib of women. These are the leftovers, the scraps of women who don't know what the hell they want, and all they're looking for is something that's going to take care of them. They don't know what. They just need somebody to just spend money on them. It's so stupid. It doesn't make but then they think that they the prime rib when they're the scraps. They think that men should be running behind that. And that's what I'm saying. You want a man to run behind you and to take care of you and your kids? Like, you'd be a dumbass. I'm just saying, to do that. Like, I don't understand. This is why I say women are so delusional. You don't see yourself. You don't see how stupid you're looking and sounding. That's why I say any man gotta be a little crazy to be running behind a woman to take care of her kid, like thinking that's a pride. Like, what? You work hard for your money and build yourself up, and you just gonna go hand it over to some woman that don't even deserve it. Like, she don't even make you a goddamn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, she wouldn't even make you that. And that ain't even something you might not even like that, but she won't even make that. She won't even, goddamn, put ice in the cup and hand it to you. Shit. And then nowadays, they don't even want to cook clean their own house. They don't want to even cook for their own family. Like, you don't want to cook. You don't want to even do the goddamn thing. So this is not the prime rib of women. This is the leftover scraps, baby. But they think they're prime. They think they're the best. And it's just sad to see. I'm just saying. Thank you, Divine Photo. I appreciate you, baby. Good point. It just doesn't make any sense. I swear to God, it doesn't. And I'm not even trying to be mean, because women like to think I'm being mean. I'm really not a mean person, y'all. I'm really a cooperative, logical woman. I'm really am. I'm not mean. I'm cool with everybody. Like, I don't have enemies. You know what I'm saying? I could talk to, I don't care if we have differences. I could get along with anybody. But this here mentality is just mind-boggling, y'all. I have to say. And once again, I like to clarify, like, this is not all women. All women don't think like this, but the ones who do it, y'all got to realize how y'all sound and how y'all look. It is not, and these men are listening to y'all. And y'all be saying y'all want your person, but listen to the men are listening to you. You're not going to find your person talking like that. Because these men aren't foolish. These men aren't the old simp crash dummies of the 80s who thought it was a honorable thing to take on women and their kids and do all this, and they realized it didn't benefit them and it was just a waste of time and a mess. These men see that now, so they're not following in those footsteps, y'all. But y'all benefit from these men not knowing, and now you just stuck there. Now you think that now you just flat out saying, "Pay my bills, pay my this, give me this," and like, y'all don't realize how stupid that sounds. I'm just saying, you could be a nice person, but y'all mentality is still thrown off. And these men aren't going for it, and they shouldn't. Once again, I have sons. There's no way I would tell my son, go take care of a old broad and her kids. Are you serious? I don't want my sons going with no old 30, 40-year-old lady with sorry, y'all, my bad. I'm trying not to cuss. With 3 kids, 2 kids, I don't care. 1 kid. And entitled to I need you to, come on. pay for my kid, pay for this. Come on, I need you to do this. I need you to pay. Are you serious? No, y'all don't realize. I don't think they realize how foolish they sound, respectfully. I don't think they realize it. I'm just saying, it just don't make no sense whatsoever. It's just bad. It's just all bad. Let's continue.
We're gonna.
I will say.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say the majority of my relationships have been long distance.
Oh Lord have mercy. Even worse. You don't. Then you haven't had relationships because those are fake. Long distance relationships aren't real for anybody. Ecstasy. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Ecstasy. Then the names they be giving themselves, child.
I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me?
How are you? How are you?
Hi, and it's pronounced as Stacy. It's just spelled in Spanish.
It's Stacy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So how old are you?
I am 30 years old.
All right. What do you got for me?
Okay. Well, my situation is a little bit different.
All right.
I've been alone for 3 years. I'm an electrician and I'm a fashion designer. And I've been an electrician for 4 years now. And I've interacted with a lot of men in my field. And interact, I don't mean I've slept with them. I don't do that. I don't sleep with my coworkers or with anything like that. And it's mostly because how I hear them speak. I hear them speak about the women that they live with, about the baby moms, and I'm a baby mother myself.
Okay, so what's whoa. Huh?
I know.
How many different fathers?
Just one.
All right. Were you married?
No. And
okay, so what is your situation? Give me the short version.
The thing is, I've been alone after I left the father of my children, and it's hard for me to picture myself just getting any less than how I feel about myself now. And it's not on the part where, oh, I feel pity for myself. No, I know that I can do better. I know my potential.
I don't understand the question, ma'am. You're just talking. What is the problem?
Oh, well, I was referring to when you talked about women being what was the thing you said? Opinionated and being like, okay.
So how can you have 3 babies and not a husband?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How can you have 3 babies and not have a husband?
Well, it's because, like you said, I put myself in a situation and I try to change someone that didn't want to change himself.
Okay, but you still had 3 babies. You could have still
exactly.
married. But why didn't y'all get? Well, why didn't y'all get? I don't want to know. Why didn't y'all marry? Is what I'm asking.
It goes back to if you know now. But I mean,
if you know now, I mean, when you had the first one, what was different from having the first one, the second one, and the third one, and then the relationship was over? You had the first one out of wedlock. You knew that wasn't right. Whatever was happening in the relationship, I'm pretty sure you was, you realized certain things, and you went and you kept going. Like, that's the part. There's no accountability. You're not learning anything, and you just keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. But then you want to your standards go higher the more mistakes you make. Where they do that at? Where your standards get higher and higher every time you make more mistakes. Instead of you being realistic and saying, "Damn, I messed up. I got to go back to the drawing board. I got to get my mind right. I'm gonna stop dating." Instead, they go forcefully into the dating scene and have super high expectations of a man when you done messed up big time. Like, you 3 kids, you didn't learn from the first one, the second one, then you had a third one, and now your standards go through the roof. What? Weird. Jantel, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, forget growing the money. How about an extra $500 to $1,000 a month toward the principal on my mortgage? The full 30 years will triple the price with interest. I'm not using my pension or 401k on that. I know that's right. Thank you, Jantel, once again. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, y'all. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel via Super Chat or Cash App, y'all. And also hit the dang like button. Come on now. We got 120 people, 23 people in here, 89 likes. Come on now. All y'all that's watching and not hitting the like button, go tap that like button and then continue about your day. Hit the like button, please. Thank y'all. Thank you, Jantel. Baby, this is crazy, but this is what we're seeing. We're seeing people who make mistakes over and over and over, and then their standards just go through the roof. Crazy. Let's continue.
Are you in this country? Are you in this
neither
country?
was I. I'm sorry, say that again?
Are you in this country?
Yes, I am.
So, how old are you again?
30.
How old is your oldest?
He's 6.
How old is your youngest?
4.
Oh, Lord.
4, 5, and 6?
Yep.
So, and you guys were together how long?
For 7 years.
Why didn't y'all get married is what I'm understanding. See?
It was just it was straight out of high school.
I don't care. You went straight to the maternity ward. Y'all, just tell the truth. Because I did not value marriage. Because I did not value marriage, and we were pretending and shacking up and playing house, and we didn't do things.
You know what it is, Mr. Samuel, to tell you the truth? It was just the fact that I didn't have enough respect for him. And I didn't have enough respect for the relationship. And it's not that I cheated.
What? You have baby. Wait. I'm pretty sure. Why would you don't have respect for him, but you go get knocked up by him 3 times? You have no respect for him, but you go give him 3 kids? What the hell? What? What? That's why I'm saying this is not. Let's continue.
Whoa!
Don't make
no.
We just were.
No, you're just talking. No. Look at her. She just.
Girl, make it make sense, child.
I'll make you famous.
You go. I'm gonna reward you 3 times. I don't have no respect for you, but here,
Exhibit A.
I'm gonna go risk my life and give you babies.
The opinionated, talkative, unnecessarily opinionated, messy. I don't have enough experience or respect for a relationship. Yet you shot out 3 babies for a dude. You gave a man the highest honor a woman can give a man. But then you're going to turn around and say, I didn't respect him enough to marry him.
That's foolish.
What kind of sense that made?
Don't make no sense at all. What the hell is exactly right? The hell?
Now, we can have a conversation, but you can't just talk over me. That's not going to work. You can hear me.
Baby, you know how painful it is to have babies? That is painful. To push out a baby and multiple babies, that is contractions. Them damn contractions hurt. And you gonna go do that 3 times for somebody you don't respect? Or, I mean, come on, you might as well say you didn't love him. You didn't give a damn. You just say, okay, here go the babies. I'm gonna give you babies. I'm gonna risk my life. I'm gonna put my life on the line for somebody I don't respect or nothing. 3 times. And go through all of that pain and all of that anguish for somebody you don't even respect. And I mean, like, that's just stupid. Mr. Marcus, thank you for the super chat, says die. When these women think they're gonna die, why are all of them willing to die a 3-0? Is they trying to go to hell or what? I don't know. But baby, it don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't, y'all. And then when I talk about women are delusional and they got mentally unstable, people be pissed. But it seems like some type of mental instability for you to think this way. You don't see the logic in how these decisions don't make sense. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate you. Child, it's just it. And I'm not even really trying to be mean or go hard or anything like that. I'm just saying it just never makes any sense, y'all. Let's continue.
Get off the phone and pay attention. Because I'll have the conversation with you, but you can't just overtalk me. Now, I got to ask you, when I hear a woman, I'm listening to your story, but when you insult a man, I'm going to ask, why the need to insult a man? You say you didn't have enough respect for him, but you had 1, 2, 3 babies back to back. That's showing the utmost respect for a man. You respected him enough to have 1 baby, 2 babies, 3 babies. But why didn't you respect him enough to want to share his last name since you've already commingled DNA? That's the question.
Because
Oh, her feelings hurt.
after I wanted to. There was a ring, there was a date, everything was set. When I was pregnant with my second daughter, everything turned to crap. Everything turned to crap. And he gave me a choice if I wanted to be a mother or whether I wanted to be his woman.
What?
For the second child?
Mother or be his woman?
When you were pregnant with the second child, he gave you that ultimatum?
With the last one.
When you were
That's
pregnant, you said after the second child, everything went to crap.
After I got pregnant with my second daughter.
Second daughter.
I have a son. My firstborn is a boy.
You said your second one. You said your second one. You meant second daughter? Okay.
I
So
apologize.
after you got pregnant with your third child, your second daughter, he gave you an ultimatum. And the ultimatum was what?
Whether I wanted to take care of the children or let them get taken by the state.
What?
And that entails whether I wanted to leave him or if I wanted to stay with him.
So the father of your child wanted you to turn your children over to the state?
What?
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Why?
Why?
Right. Why?
He had a problem with substance abuse. And that's what I said in the beginning of our conversation. I thought I could change him, but that was completely my mistake. I should have never done that.
Well,
and that's what leads.
I understand substance abuse. I get. Okay. Is he getting any help?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in 4 years, in almost 4 years.
Are you in any kind of therapy?
I do go to therapy. And that's why I've been alone ever since I left him.
Are you still in therapy?
Yes.
Are you gainfully employed?
Absolutely. I run 2 businesses. So I know how to keep myself busy.
Well, unfortunately, this situation, and what would you want as an outcome for your life? Do you want to be with somebody else in the future?
I do, because like I said, I have so much potential. And
unfortunately, people aren't going to necessarily see your potential before they see this.
Right. And them kids. Right.
My 3 children.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal, ma'am. You got a 4, 5, and 6-year-old by somebody you said is a substance abuser, and children have no relationship. They're going to have to deal. You wouldn't be looking for a boyfriend as much as you'd be looking for a stepfather. And somebody would have to come in and parent 3 children and I have sympathy for people with drug problems or alcohol problems because I've counseled folks like that. I get a lot of sympathy.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that the world doesn't care.
Right.
Exactly.
Why does a man who's coming in need to take those kind of burdens on?
Absolutely. And that goes also back to what you were saying. Maybe I can try and be the perfect woman. And maybe I can just like you said, take my L and just do what, just do nothing. And just
Well, just focus on raising your kids, taking care of your kids. Make sure you provide a good environment for your kids as best you can. That's what I would recommend. You don't go out here trying to date. Focus on your kids. Your kids are young, so they need your attention mostly when they're young. Focus on your kids. Stop trying to date. You messed that up, and it's unfortunate because once again, I do have I feel for people who have addiction and things of that nature, but you got to move on. Do what's best for your kids. Don't think, because it's going to be difficult for you to get in a relationship with somebody that's going to take you seriously with with these young kids, and if you are a good mother to your kids and you're focused on that and you're providing for them. She says she has businesses and stuff. That's all you can do at this point, and heal yourself. Go to therapy, get healing that you need, and get to the best place that you can be in life for your kids, to make sure your kids are good, teach them to do better. And that's it. And if a man sees you and sees how you're with your kids and he okay with that, then, and if he wants to, try to be a part of your life and the kids' life, then let that happen like that. But you going out trying to date something, you're just gonna find yourself either pregnant again or back in a situation with an abusive person. And I don't think that's healthy for you or the kids. Lee, thank you so much for the super chat, Lee. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. Says people probably couldn't tell, but Kevin had empathy for her. I could tell he did. Thank you, Lee, for the super chat. I could see it though. I could see he did have empathy for her. He wasn't a monster, as people try to make the man out to be. So he did have empathy for her. I did see it. I did too. I do too. And it's like, I get it. And some people are just lost like that and they don't know what they're doing. But this is why you have to listen. And when you get out of a bad situation, don't put yourself back in another one. This is why I would advise her just to be single and take care of your kids. And then he's not a part of your children's lives. Focus on your kids. Get them to a healthy place. And focus. That's what I would say. Sometimes you don't need to be out here dating, because a lot of times you're not mentally prepared for that. And you don't want to just have a bunch of different dudes around your kids and exposing them to different, little play relationships and stuff like that. No, just focus on your kids. That's all I would say. Thank you, Lee. Again, I appreciate the support. Let's continue.
I'm not gathering that you're, ma'am. I'm not gathering. Look, ma'am. I'm not gathering that you're really emotionally stable.
I mean,
I'm just going to be honest. I'm just telling you what I'm gathering. I'm not gathering that you.
Well, I'm nervous. Okay.
Okay. Nervous is one thing.
I am nervous.
I deal with nervous all the time, but you lack impulse control. I've had to mute you and tell you to stop many times. So it's not a matter of being nervous.
Oh, Lord.
It's a matter of I'm not seeing that you really are out of process yet.
I said that I am.
Okay, so I said. And how long have you been in therapy?
I've been in therapy since 2017.
So that's 4 years. Are you on any kind of medications yourself?
No, absolutely not.
What do you mean absolutely? Okay, well then I would say it might be time to look at a different therapist, because you should graduate from therapy if there's nothing underlying wrong. But you may be nervous.
Well, it's not much of a therapy, like
all
more
right,
than.
All right, you're starting to overtalk again.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying that's impulse control, man.
Impulse, I just.
All right, this is a bit much for tonight. I wish you the best. Unfortunately, ladies,
he said it was a bit
when
much.
you go out and make babies with a man, that's it. You can't really expect to get higher than your baby daddy. And especially when you come with 3, 4, and 5 baby back to back to back to back, you're not looking for a stepfather, you're looking for a sucker.
Right.
With all that stuff going on, and I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah, but it's the truth. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. We're never supposed to speak on the truth. You're supposed to coddle these women and join the Bonnie Crew sisterhood and be like, yes, girl, because you deserve better, girl. So what? You have 3 babies, 3 baby daddies. Everybody make mistakes, girl, because you deserve a lot better, and I don't give a damn what nobody say, and all of this stuff, all the same talking points when it refers to making excuses for women. But when it comes to a man, oh my God, there's no excuse whatsoever. He can't make mistakes. He go out here as a young man and sleep with all the bonquishas because he young and hot and bothered, and he ain't trying to have no serious relationship. And he go and bust, doing all that with all of them. Oh my God, he just was a deadbeat. He was this going around making these babies, but there's no excuse for him. But there's all the excuses in the women for the women who open their legs to him. All the women who have no self-respect or value or anything. It's okay. Oh well, yeah. You went out. You had a one-night stand with Pookie, and you got pregnant, but he ran off. You didn't even know him. How did he run off? He was never there to run off. He didn't run off. He was never there to begin with, and you knew it because it's a one-night stand. You didn't know him from a can of paint. But you busted open and no protection and got pregnant, and now, you want all the sympathy in the world. He gets demonized. When both of y'all were reckless, I say it all the time. Both of y'all were reckless, but he gets demonized and you get a pass. And that pass that they've been given to these women has coddled them and made them entitled. So mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake till you're 40 years old, you're still making mistakes and you're still making excuses for them. And you're still not self-aware. You're still not learning. You're still not doing better. But you still have your expectations for a man is going through the roof while you've made all these mistakes and there's no accountability. But now your standards are high and the men's supposed to just be stupid enough to say, oh yeah, let's go with her. Yeah. Like she's not going to be a hellion and mess up your life in eternity. Like she's not gonna, treat you like the sucker that you are presenting yourself to be. Because if you go jump in and deal with that, that's what that is. In my opinion, at least. Mauricio 91, thank you for the super chat, says, why are we pretending like he just woke up brand new one day? He was exactly the same way before you had 3 babies. Exactly. I agree. I don't think these men just one day just turn into these super narcissists and abusive. They were who they were. They are who they are. You just was attracted to that because you're no better. Really, y'all are really on the same level. You just you think you're on a different level as the woman, but y'all attracted. Y'all on the same level. You think you're better because you're a woman, but you're not. And so you've been taught to not focus on your mistakes, and you could just keep making them and doing them. That's why you do. Because listen, this is what shame did. Shame made you feel bad about your poor choices, right? Shaming a person about going out and getting pregnant out of wedlock, it made you feel bad. So you do it that one time, you're like, well, goddamn, I can't show up pregnant again because goddamn, I don't want that ridicule. I don't want to feel like crap. So you do your best to not go and get knocked up again because you like, oh, they're going to really let me have it. Who wants that? So at least it makes you more aware of your mistake and shame you so bad. You're like, I don't want to have to go through this. I'm not going to tell my parents because I know they're going to rib the shit out of me. But when it's all empowerment and it's okay and it's coddled, it's easier for you to keep repeating that pattern. It's easier for you to keep doing it over and over because you're going to get sympathy and coddle and everybody going to run to your aid and make you feel good about those poor choices. So it's a win-win. I can do whatever I want. Oh my God, I'm still going to get sympathy. People will still help me. Help is always on the way. I'm always going to be told, girl, you're doing a great job even when you're not. That's not helpful at all. And it just perpetuates the horrible cycle. Thank you, Mauricio, once again. I appreciate you. Let's continue. We almost about to wrap this up, y'all.
So it's important that you choose who you choose to have your kids with. So now, I need to ask you a question, Miss Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any siblings? Any male siblings? Any brothers?
Yes, I have one.
Older or younger?
Younger.
Is he married?
Yes, he is.
Watching my show, has it surprised you what men are having to deal with on the dating scene?
No, it has not.
Really?
I mean,
it's interesting.
I will say that I do think so. My mother was Afro-Latina and an immigrant to this country, and she was Garufana and very outspoken.
She got plantain? What?
She was Garufana. They're the Africans that were brought to Central America during the diaspora. But anyways, so she's very outspoken. Mm-hmm. And I think in this day and age now, women are very much empowered to voice their opinions.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Yeah, you're empowered. You're empowered to voice your opinion.
And to
Did I not make myself clear?
But are your opinions based in the things? See, when men voice their opinions, we have to be able to back it up with action.
Right.
True.
Okay? Women often talk about shit that you cannot do.
Exactly. A fact. That's a fact.
Meaning, how many times you sat around with a woman, I don't need no man to survive?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no man. Have you ever said that yourself?
At one point, yes, I did say that. But as I've gotten older now, I realize how much I do need a man and definitely yearn to be in a relationship and marriage, for that matter.
But when I say that you need a man for survival, it's not. Men aren't even optional for women. We are required for your survival. You know how many women that offends?
Have what? I'm sorry?
How many women that offends, meaning you can't survive without us.
Yeah, they are highly offended.
We can survive without you. We just can't. We can't reproduce.
Yeah, women are highly. When I say highly offended by that statement, by the fact that women's, they don't like it. They don't like the idea that they need a man. They really don't. But what's funny about it is you are offended by by the idea that you need a man, but you still look to men to provide everything for you. This is once again, it's delulu and it's so stupid. You're offended by someone saying you need a man. You're offended by that. You want, it's like a delusion. It's like you want to believe. See, women don't, it's like they're not logical. Y'all know it. They're not, most of us aren't logical. We're delusional a lot of times. Well, I'm not delusional, baby. I'm not putting myself in that. I'm not delusional. I see it for what it is. A lot of these women are delusional. And you're walking around here saying, I don't need no man, baby. We do better. But then you turn right around and say, a man should do this for a woman. A man should do X, Y, Z. A man should do this. He should do what? He shouldn't do shit if you don't need him. Why would he be expected to do anything for you if you say you don't need him? You don't need him for survival. You don't need him to do shit for you. You could pay your own bills. You could buy your own cars. You could do this. So why is he still? Y'all should be saying, "Oh, leave these men alone." Women should be the main ones saying, "Leave these men alone, baby," because we don't need them. We got everything we need. We can pay our own bills. Let's stop expecting these men to do this. Look, you can take me out to lunch, or you can take me out to dinner. I got my half. You got yours, right? You got yours, because if I'm not expecting you to do nothing for me, I'm pretty sure you're not expecting me to do anything for you, and it's cool. Why they don't take that approach? How is it that you don't need them? You're so adamant about you don't need them. You can do it all this by yourself, but then you turn around and expect him to pay all your bills, pay his bills, pay your meals, pay for this, pay for your rent. Are y'all okay? What the hell is going on? What the hell? Like, come on, it doesn't make any sense. You don't need him, but you have all the highest expectations for him in the world. Why would anybody say, if you say you don't need me, then I'm taking your word for it. You don't need me. Okay, cool. Peace. Adios. I'm good. I'm gone. You don't need me for nothing. Peace. See you later. Sayonara. Okay. You don't need me. You don't want me and you don't need me. So why would I be still standing there? That would mean you're psychotic, or you're delusional, or you're not in your right mind if you still standing there every time a woman says she don't really need women, don't need men. That's what you hear. Why would a man still be standing there if y'all done already told him y'all don't need him, y'all good? But as a man, you should just want to do. No, men shouldn't just want to do jack shit. Why would a man should just want to come and do all this for you when you just sit here and told him you don't need them? Y'all got it. You independent. We got bank accounts now, buddies. We don't need y'all. Okay, peace out. Like what? It don't make no sense. It don't. Chris Reed, thank you for the super chat. Says, I don't think OnlyFans will be around much longer because men want to feel the flesh and not see it on the screen. Ciao. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Chris also says, and it's OnlyFans hurting marriages. Really? Baby, I don't know, child. You probably on to something, but I don't know. Thank you, Chris Reed. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you for the support. Success Remedy says that expiration date set in like wiggle mortis, child. Baby, thank you, Successful MD. Oh my God. Yeah, it's just this is crazy. This is crazy. It's like women are walking contradictions. A lot of them, not all, but a lot of them. Y'all want one thing. It's sort of like when they was talking about chivalry, because I did a video on that. Chivalry is dead. Women killed it. Y'all, there was a time when y'all didn't want men to open the doors. Like, I could do it myself. You don't want men to make it seem like you're weaker. Oh, you can do it yourself. You didn't want that damsel in distress type of situation. You're strong and you're independent. You don't really need a man to do these things to you. You can open your own door. You can pull your own chairs out. You can pay your own bills. You can do all this feminist stuff. You don't really need a man for anything, but then turn around and get mad when your car is broke down on the side of the road and the man just drive right past. Oh, these independent women, they don't really want us to do that. They told us. Men listen to what you say and they follow accordingly. They listen. They move accordingly. They see you said it. Okay, cool. We're not going to force ourselves upon you, because then that's another problem. If we try to approach you, oh, we're creeps. So men said, hell that, we're not approaching. We're not no creeps, or don't want to be considered no creeps. So they're not approaching. Then when men move based off what y'all have said, then y'all acting like y'all don't know why they doing that. Why men don't approach? Because y'all said there was creeps when they did. Yeah, it's like y'all batshit crazy. You don't see or understand what the hell is going on. You play dumb. Let's continue.
So how we got here is opinions. So I'm going to say something that may be offensive to a lot of women, but I'm going to go there. You got nieces and nephews, right?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
What age ranges?
The youngest is 12 and the oldest is 27.
Okay. So you watched the 27-year-old grow up.
Yes, I did.
And you also seen the 12-year-old. They got opinions too, don't they?
Sure do.
But don't you sit there and listen to their opinions? You got no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Because I got to get up here and go live in this grown world while you got an opinion. Oftentimes that's how men think when they hear women, but it's impolite. It's impolitic. Are you comparing women to children? The great philosophers of our world have often done the same thing. It's even codified in one of the movies. My favorite movie, The Godfather. Women and children can. Men have to be responsible. Women and children can be reckless.
Right.
So it's not about necessarily having an opinion. It's about having an opinion based in reality and action. That's the problem that many men have with modern women's opinion. That it's just that, an opinion based in nothing other than a talking point.
But does that then mean, as we've been talking, that because I remember I listened to one of your previous shows about settling and women hedging their bets for the next best man. But at the same time, at my age, my options are very limited because I waited so long.
Okay, you got to ask a question. You started 3 different thoughts.
So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, at this stage of my life, does that mean because I'm not in a relationship, is it not possible for me to attract a quality man at this?
Well, it depends on what you mean by quality. Let's start with socioeconomic status. Are you over 6-figure earner?
I am.
Do you expect him to be over a 6-figure earner?
I bet she does.
Ideally, yes.
Then you automatically want the top 10% of men, and they don't want 44-year-old women.
That's the problem.
So the men you're talking about are extremely small, and they want something.
Yep.
And they generally want children and Lexi. And if one thing they want, and even if they don't want children, they want cooperation, something you've shown you don't have a track record of doing. And I'll give you a further example. Your long distance relationship further prove the point that you lack the ability to cooperate in a real relationship. Long distance relationships are not real. When was the last relationship you had with somebody who lived within 30 minutes of you?
We weren't in a committed relationship. It was more of a casual relationship.
Then it doesn't count.
That was
a
year ago.
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
When was the last one where you were in a committed relationship?
In the same city. It has to have been at least 8-9 years ago.
All right. Well, those are your relationship muscles. They've atrophied. Now, it's not as though in the Bay Area there are not plenty of suitable men within 30 minutes from you. So the question really becomes, Kevin, are you saying where I'm at in life, do I have to settle? That's really what you want to ask, but you just don't want to ask it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You'd be fortunate to get an average man. They'd be settling for you. Mm-hmm. That's what I need you ladies to start understanding.
He's right. He was right the whole time.
If every man got married, if every black man got married today who was marriageable age, all of them, including all the gays, there'd still be 2 million more black women.
Mm-hmm.
You outnumber us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, this notion of settling has thrown you guys off to where you're all wanting the same small group of men.
Yep.
Who are like, okay, fine. But they got their pick. Mm-hmm. But they can only pick one.
Mm-hmm.
What man wants to be your second choice? What man wants to? Do you not think the men, if you were dating a man who was making $50,000 a year, do you not think he would know that you felt like you were settling for him?
Yeah, he would know.
And men would rather die alone than have a woman who settled.
Mm-hmm.
This is my point. Y'all are going to have to start reframing how you look at relationships.
Mm-hmm.
What is a man's value outside of his penis and his wallet?
Right.
I mean, at 44 years old, the value of a man has to be more to you than a woman who's 20 years younger than you. You should have matured more to say a man who may not make as much money, but he may be learned, skilled. He may be able to teach me things, but I may make more money.
Mm-hmm.
If you're still going to play by hey, he has to be on my socioeconomic level, cool. That means you're going to have to compete with the women around him. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, Mr. Samuels, rest in peace to him. It makes 100% sense. Complete sense. And this is the point. That's what I don't understand either. You know what I mean? And it baffles me, and like I said, y'all already know I've been married for a long time, just say. And, I've never thought like that. I've never thought, oh, it's about his money. Like I've never, you get to know the person. You learn about what they, learn what they do and their money and all of that after the fact. But it's about getting to know you. Hey, do I like you? Can we even, establish something together? Because if not, okay, you go your way, I go mine. But if we're going to do this, let's do it. It's not about the money. Everybody's focused on these. And it's only because, see, when women make less money, they don't give a damn. When they the ones who make less money, it don't matter. It's only because they're making the money. This is why I always talk about the educated boss chicks, women who make good money. They're the ones who usually are single because they're driven by their money because they had to go out and work hard and they built themselves up. They don't want to share with the man. They don't want a good man. They want a man who can still take care of them and still provide all the things that they have become accustomed to. So it's really about what he can provide, and can he provide on a level that you're used to, but you can provide for yourself. If you make good money and you're stable and you got everything together, in my opinion, that shouldn't be the big issue. The issue should be more of finding a man who's going to love you, respect you, be there for you, be supportive. Y'all love and respect each other. Y'all build a family together, but everybody think building is just about money. And once again, these women have reduced the men to just their penis and their wallets. You got to have these big old penises and you got to put it on them real good. And you got to have these big old wallets. And that's all they care about. But then if you get a man who has that combination and he disrespects you and treats you horribly, but he could buy you a Chanel bag and put it on you real good and then toss you out, say, get the hell out of my crib, and he disrespect, then you don't want that either. You don't want that either. So you got to pick and choose your battles. Like, what is it that you want, baby? Because you're not going to get it all. Nor do you qualify for it all. So you do have to rethink the way they think about relationships and men, because this is not working. It's not working.
Sense, you got to compete with the women around him.
It does. Yeah. Very valid. So thank you.
At the end of the day, it comes down to making a deal. All right, let's just say you're stuck on, I see you, Ali. Would you mind sharing?
Share my man?
Yes.
No. I'm very territorial.
Then get a dog or a cat, or get a platonic relationship or a contract relationship.
Oh my God.
Because you want a man in the top 10% of earners,
Right.
and you want him to be monogamous with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is an unbalanced deal.
It is. It is.
How so?
You want 100% of women want the top 10% of men.
Right.
He should be able to pick. If he's 10 times as valuable, he should get 10 times the women.
Wow.
Do you think you get 7 billion people on the planet with monogamy? When only, I mean, look in the black community. One out of 4 people are married. 1 out of 4 black women are married. The average woman who has a child says a 60% chance of their second child by somebody else. Do you realize in the black community, 80% of the children are coming from roughly around 18% of the men?
Dang.
Wow. I don't think I really stopped and thought about that breakdown.
Well, if you look at the number, look at the married numbers. Look at the children coming out of marriage. And you got to look at the children coming external to marriage. How often is it that you meet a woman who has a child and then has a different baby daddy? Or like the previous woman, 1 child, but 3 men, but 3 children by 1 man. That means for every man who has multiple children by multiple women, let's say you have a guy like Darren. Darren has 5 baby mamas, and he should only have 1, right? That means he has the women of 4 other men. Those women are in a polygamy, they're in a poly relationship with him.
That's true.
So if your options are to get an average level man and settle, or get a higher value man and just have Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm okay with an average man as long as he treats me well.
You're all right with a man making $42,000 a year. See how quickly that see, and I want you folks to remember, when you say I'm shallow and this and that, how quickly women minimize and objectify a man to a dollar value. Don't ever come at me when I talk about a scale. When women do it all the time, 42,000 was like, well, I don't give a fuck what is it, 42,000. It ain't gonna work. Aaliyah, your camera's rotated. Hold on, you got to think about that one, because you know it's true. Like, I can't do no 42,000.
Right. And but that's only because she makes more. If she made 20,000, yeah, she could deal with a 42,000 because she makes less. Women are entitled. They don't want to give what they expect from a man because somehow they're better. They're more entitled. They should, and they expect more, and they should have more. They will not give the same respect or anything to a man, but they, what they expect from a man, they would not be willing to give to a man. What they expect a man to give to them, they would not even be willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? When women make less money, they're okay with you making more. It's just now that the ones who have made more, they need you to make what they make or more. It's crazy. Successful MD says we shouldn't expect selfish people to think differently. Right. I mean, you got a very good point. You're right. I mean, that's just how they think, but it's still ridiculous. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just crazy. Entitled on the to the highest degree, y'all. It's just ridiculous. And I hear more and more of it. And I just be wanting to scream sometimes because I'm like, damn it, y'all missing the mark. Y'all really messing it up. You really don't know what you're doing. And you don't, you know, and you're so busy, you know, thinking that you're right and that you deserve and you feel and all of this stuff. And it's not really helping. It's really not. Y'all could do so much better. I say women have the power, but not in the way that they think. They're thinking it's empowerment to sleep around, and that's not benefiting you at all. But the power that you do have, you don't use it properly. And I think it's a part of the problem and the conditioning in our communities and the lack of willingness to be open-minded to something different than something different than what you've been accustomed to. Even though you see what you've been taught and what you've been given is not helping, you're still trying to push and forge it ahead, and it's just not getting the community anywhere. And we are dealing with a bunch of subpar women who are conditioned and brainwashed to believe that they're the prize and that they're all tens and that they deserve a millionaire. And they're not seeing the outcomes of millionaire, you know, not getting the outcomes of millionaires. Then nobody is running to save you. Nobody's willing to take care of you. All you're doing is getting ran through and made to feel that's worth something, you know, made to feel like if a man will sleep with you and he hit your DMs that you're special and you're everything in 10 bags of chips, when you're absolutely not. When it comes to dating and building relationships and stable relationships, these men don't want y'all because y'all don't understand what it takes to be in a relationship, and you don't value men, and you don't see men as especially Black men, as anything worthy, but you have the highest expectations for them in the world. You want them to rise to the occasion when there's no reason for them to do so. You're not giving them anything that's worth something to want to do that in the first place. Like I said, a man that loves you and believes that he has a good woman and he has a woman that he wants and he cherishes, he's going to cherish her. He's going to do everything in his power to do what he deems the right thing for a woman that he cares for, a woman that he believes is worth it. That's the woman that they marry, they support, they do what they need to do for this woman because this woman has something to offer. She's beneficial in ways that is beneficial to him and the overall package, the overall family. But if you're sitting here entitled with 3 kids by all these different men and you're ratchet but you're a woman and you got a vagina and now you're superficial and you expect all these things, these men ain't gonna take you seriously. They're gonna play that game with you, lie to you, tell you what you want to hear, just to get some draws out of you. And if they can get that, they're going to get that. Then they're going to ghost you. And then you're going to be somewhere wondering why men ain't shit. All they do is go. No, they know what they're doing. They know you wasn't worth it. They know you wasn't really somebody that they could take seriously because of what you said, the way you speak, what comes out of your mouth, the stuff that you say, the entitlements that you have, the independent boss chick shit. That's what they hear you saying. And they've made their minds up and said, nah, she ain't for me. But you know what? I ain't going to tell her that. We talked about this before. I'm gonna play her little game. I'm gonna get the draws, and then I'm a bounce because it ain't worth my time. That's all it was worth, and I'm pushing on. And y'all sitting back confused as hell, educated and confused at the same time, wondering what the hell happened. Your head spinning because you can't even comprehend what just happened to you. And then you sitting here guessing and wondering and feeling all at the same time. Why these niggas do this? And oh my God, and listen, you didn't see them coming. You didn't realize that you are not what they want. And they've made it very clear because you're not listening. You're not listening to what men are saying. You've gone off of your own feelings and what you think and what you feel and what you deserve. And none of that matters because these men have already made their minds up about y'all and they're moving on. And y'all still sitting back looking like, what the hell happened? Confused, dumbfounded, and all that with all these high degrees and all this debt. All these degrees, and you couldn't figure out that these men heard what you said and they walked away. Y'all got to go back to school because it ain't working. It ain't really working. EV Ray, I hope I'm saying that right, says many women confuse recreational with wife for sure. For 100%. Thank you, EV Ray, for the super chat. Exactly. They really do. They really do. Because a man will sleep with you. You think that means you're wife material. Oh, I could get a man. Oh, it's nothing to get a man. Who you surprised? You just not found that out? Come on now. Y'all so educated. Y'all dumb at the same time. You just not found that out. Everybody know that a woman, hell, a homeless lady could get sex from a man. I mean, come on. You could be homeless, sick, in the hospital, and some man will still screw you. Come on. It's a vagina. That's all they care about. The ones who trying to hit, they don't care if you on the ground, whatever. Come on now. That ain't no new news. It's like they having these epiphanies and these aha moments. All of a sudden, like this is new. This is not new information. So the fact that these are the most educated women, but they still seem clueless to the nature of men and what's happening is mind-boggling to me. But anyway, thank you once again for the super chat, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate the support, the love, the comments, all that good stuff. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats, everybody who supports the channel, everybody who is in the building. I appreciate you for being here. Everybody who has a listening ear, thank you so much for listening and hearing what I have to say, because I know I'm all over the place with my opinions and my thoughts. But I just have to get them out because, you know, normally I'll just talk to my husband about all this. But, you know, but I have a platform to speak and give my thoughts on what I believe and what I think. And I appreciate you guys for listening and just hearing me out. And thank you so much for being a part of it and giving your thoughts and your perspectives. I appreciate y'all for that. So, and thank y'all for continuously supporting the channel. Make sure you watch the videos that are already posted on the channel. Y'all support in that way by watching, sharing, and liking the videos if you can. Classist Perspective, thank you for the super chat. Says the only times I got on one knee for a woman, I told her, thank you for helping me tie my shoe. You a mess. You a hot mess. You a hot mess for real, for real. That's low down. Classist Perspective, that's low down. You low down. You a nice low down. You wrong for that. That's crazy as hell. You wrong for that. He wrong for that. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you, Classy Perspective. I appreciate you. You a mess. A hot mess, Lord. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, thank y'all once again. I appreciate y'all for being here. Yeah, I will be back really, really soon. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on so that you'll be notified when I upload new content or go live. I'm gonna try to come back. What I'm trying to do is come on here for the rest of this week, you guys, and with the live stream. Are y'all ready for that? Y'all will want to see me come back tomorrow. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're okay for at least an hour and a half for the rest of this week. I'm trying to come back and just give you some new content for the rest of this week, y'all. At least let me know if y'all want that, because I will try at least for an hour and a half the rest of this week. Today is Monday, so the rest of the week, and hit y'all with something. They're not going to be super long, but something just to, you know, to entertain you guys. So if y'all want to see that, let me know. I would definitely try to do that if I can. So I'm gonna try my hardest. So if I'm not up here, please don't take offense to it, y'all. But I would like to come up at least the rest of this week with some content, because just for you guys. So okay, cool. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try to do that. So make sure you have the notification bell turned on so that you'll get the notifications. Also, make sure if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time is the time that I will be up here. So make sure you tune in. All right. What if they put a 2 in the chat? I don't know. He trying to be funny. I'm gonna just ignore it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank y'all once again for being here, you guys. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more, and I will catch you in the next one. Mwah. I'll see y'all later. Bye.